Allison Lewis, representing Ozone Inc. here. Getting excited to talk to you about 3D conference coming up. I'm sorry, our digital conference.
Hey everyone, my name is Anina. I'm the CEO and founder of 360 Fashion Network, and we are going live in 1 minute.
Hi everybody, Allison Lewis representing Ozone Inc. We're going live to talk about digital fashion. Get ready.
Awesome. We already have people joining us on LuxLock, on Switch Embassy, on AninaNet, on Ozone. Awesome. Hi everyone. How are you? We are going live in 1 minute.
Going live. Hang tight. Allison Lewis with Ozone here. Getting excited about our Digital Fashion Summit coming up. Let's get it started, Anina. I'm ready.
Hey everyone, my name is Anina and I'm the CEO and founder of 360 Fashion Network, and we are going live in 1 minute.
Hi everyone, Allison Lewis representing the Ozone Inc. And yes, we're going live to talk about our Digital Fashion Summit coming up at the end of March.
We have people joining us on AninaNet, on Allison Lewis. We've got Ozone coming in. Wow, we've got Runway the Real Way. And we've got 360 Fashion. You guys, if you can hear us, please leave a comment, and we can see those comments, and then love to interact with you. Great. So please leave us some comments below, and we can see them, and we would love to interact with you. So my name is Anina. I'm the CEO and founder of 360 Fashion Network.
Hi everyone, Allison Lewis. I'm a fashion technologist, and I'm here representing the Ozone Inc. today, and excited to bring you the Digital Fashion Conference coming up March 28th and 29th.
So as you know, we are entering a new era of the entire world. So I'm based in Beijing since December. And we are just coming out of lockdown while you all are going into lockdown. But I really want to encourage you and say that, you know, I've been there. I went through the whole fear. You guys at least got to watch us go through it, so you're kind of pro, you know. But, yeah, I know what it feels like to not know what's going on, what's going to happen. But we really need to change our minds and to focus on the future, because the future is about to get extremely interesting. Allison, can you tell us a little bit about, you know, this shift and change to online that we see happening?
Oh my gosh, it's so exciting. So I've been in fashion tech, oh gosh, I don't want to say the dates, 12 years, 16 years, a while. And have been waiting for this world to kind of merge together and for the systems and processes to be in place for us to be able to truly create this online digital fashion world that a lot of us have been exciting about for a while. I mean, when we think of it in the past, we think of things like Second Life, or we think of like CADing your products together, but now we're having virtual online conferences. We're having this ability to upload 3D models directly into Shopify. They announced that this past week. Oh my gosh, that means that you can have like an amazing experience with your product. Facebook, Google, everybody's on board. Facebook has a button. I'm sorry, Google has a button, the 3D button, so you can view it automatically in like AR, VR. There's all kinds of amazing startups and yeah, there's amazing startups coming in right now, but they're up and running already, and the brands are coming at them and saying, what can we do? How can we get our fashion experience online? How can we engage better? How can we be sustainable and improve our processes? So, you know, I mean, you have to show up to the conference to get all the details, but the world is ready, and, you know, it's really tough times right now for everyone, but we're going to get through this, and after it's over, you want to be, one, engaging with your customers now and have the tools now, and two, you need to be ready for the future that's going to hit afterwards. So, everything's in place. The giants are in. The big guys are laying the foundation for all of us to build great experiences and have better products and more sustainability. I could talk on and on and on.
Well,
but that's what we have a conference.
What I love about the speakers and the people that we've chosen to be part of this conference is, first of all, we have a high level of diversity and inclusion. We have a lot of women speakers, basically. and the incredible thing is that we've found there are these founders, for example, like Casey from LuxLock, that are all women creating technology. And Casey's story is that she actually used to work in retail on the shop floor, and so she truly understands the salesperson and all of these personal shoppers. And her technology, which we have the honor of launching, like she literally is starting to roll out publicly. She's been in stealth mode for so long. Her LuxLock solution. It's empowering, all of these shop assistants to be able to immediately do what they do in person online. And so, right now, lots of people, will be laying off their shop staff because retail will be low. But Casey's point is, don't do that. Instead, let's re-educate them so that when there isn't something happening in the store, they can be doing the same thing, picking out outfits and talking to customers online. And this expands your business to an O2O situation. And the same thing, Allison just mentioned that, Shopify has created the possibility to upload 3D models to your store. Why would they do that? Well, that's really about creating this new online experience of being able to put on some VR glasses and to be able to really look at a product in 3D that will lead to a better shopping experience. And we of course have chosen the best technologies for you, and Ozone has the most incredible scans. Allison, why don't you talk a little bit about the difference in scans? I've been scanning things since 2013, but they were pretty rough at that time.
So I got a call a little over a year ago to come help advise this young company with a female founder, which always, there's a male founder also, and they're both amazing, but seeing her, she's so bright, so smart, masters from Stanford, they've worked at NVIDIA, building and focusing on textures and modeling for really high-end graphics cards and gaming. So we're talking about building algorithms to produce and visualize content in a way that is way above my head, honestly. It takes years and PhDs to do these sorts of things. And so what I was excited about is I was talking about a difficult shopping experience she had, and with her daughter trying to buy, they bought 12 dresses or something like that, and none of them fit right, or the colors were wrong, or all these things, because she was going to a big MTV Music Awards, someplace where you don't want to look bad, you need to have the right outfit. And the whole time she was doing it, she was like, I can do this better. I know how to work with textures and materials, and I love fabrics. And so, we started, I got with her, we did a lot of research. It just came out recently, Rebecca Minkoff, for example, is using 3D and AR to improve their conversion rates. So on that side, it's definitely better for sales. 27% more likely to place an order with visitors who don't have 3D or AR. 65% more likely to make a purchase, just to give you some numbers from the business perspective. On the other end of that, when you have really beautiful, high quality scans, and this is where Ozone has spent all their time, is in the AI side of understanding textures and materials so well that their scanning process is faster, cheaper, and just as well. It's as good as doing the movie studios, which can take a really long time. Obviously, those movie studios have to have a much higher scan quality, so I'm cautious to say exactly as good, but the quality of the imagery when you zoom in is like physically looking at the product itself, right? So when you scan into it and you rotate it around, you're seeing real drape, real lighting, real reflection. You're dealing with like how lighting seeps through materials. These are very important things to get your product across and get your brand across. And when we're going into this future with the 3D models being part of the AR VR experience, or just if you're shopping on your cell phone and you're scanning, isn't it nice to like rotate it around and pinch and zoom it in and kind of really look at it, look at the zipper, kind of tilt it. You can look inside the product as if it's in your hands. That's just a better experience for customers. On the back end, on the side of the brands and manufacturers, you can offer, you can lower your sample costs. Because once you produce it and you make it and you have it scanned, then it's just a matter of putting over textile on top of it. So like one dress could be 1,000 dresses. You don't need 15 samples of the same dress. You need one. And then if you want to try out another idea, you just add the textile on top, and then you try that dress in another look. And if people like it, you can test out the idea. You can test it with your B2B or your line sheets to see if people want this product before you spend the time and money and environment to make the product. So to me, this whole 3D thing's been happening for a while, but it's now just at the time where we can start discerning who's really going to be good at this. And what I'm excited and why I'm happy to advise Ozone is what they're good at is that texture, quality material that can be rendered on multiple devices, which is so hard to do. A lot of people are doing 3D, but if you zoom into like a fabric on it, you're going to see that you're going to get pixelation, and it's not going to be accurate. We can capture the stitching on a pair of Levi's jeans, for example, and see that logo as if I'm holding it up to my face. And that's a new, it seems so obvious because that's how we experience fashion in real life, but when you have that and that's the way you're looking at all the materials now and all the products, you don't really want to go back. Like once you're used to doing it, like once I start playing with the Ozone models and like can move through them, I'm like, and then I go to a flat like Nordstrom site, I'm like, wait, no, you know, this it's hard to, you can't like go backwards. I think this is really the future, and I think it's a double win for both customers and businesses. So yeah, I could talk ad nauseum about it. So please ask me some questions. Is your company trying to enter into the 3D world right now? What kind of questions do you have? I may or may not. I hope to be able to answer some of them. And if I can't, I can put you in touch with somebody who can. And yeah, there's a lot going on in this space, depending on what you want to do. But yeah, that was. You can tell I'm pumped.
So definitely, please leave us some comments below. Let us know that you're here, that you hear us, and I'm really excited for the digital online conference. The whole world is going online right now and trying to figure out how to go online. Last year, 360 Fashion Network, I invested in so much streaming software, online events. Just tried everything, and we actually had the first online event last year, the Diversity Meets Technology, again where Allison was speaking, and I'm just super excited over the next months while everybody is stuck to their couch. It's going to be really great to be able to gather experts from around the world. We've got some incredible speakers, not only from the fashion tech realm and the digital fashion realm, but I also like to mention some of the investors that we have. We have David Chen, and he's an angel investor. We've got Joachim Holton. He's also from Snowball Capital, angel investor. We've got Rebecca Chu, who is in Australia, and she's also an investor, and she does huge acquisitions and mergers together with China. And they are all going to be talking about the future of investing, and so I think that topic is really important. Where investors put their money is sort of building the future, right? And so I really want to know from them how will all of this situation shape their investments. What should we as startups be thinking about? How will it affect what they look for when they are looking at investing in startups? So, and what do they think the future is going to look like when this period has passed? So I'm very excited because very simply I think that we're finally entering into this incredible digital era. Just to share with you a little experience is that I was consulting for a education company here in China because they need to get all their programs online and they don't know how to do it. And they were not having success with it, so I was helping them set up the right technologies and systems and stuff. And not only that, but consulting with them also of like, how do you conduct an online classroom and meeting to where it feels like you are together. And what I discovered was that, day one, all these TAs, teachers' assistants, they're really mature women, and they have the talent of being able to speak both English and Chinese, but they don't have very high tech skills. And suddenly they were on like this bell curve, to learn all this online technology so that they could help the teachers. And so that was like, wow, all these people who would never normally even operate anything barely besides their phone are suddenly having to learn how to use lots of online software and conduct classes and pass files and share screens and stuff that I think is quite simple, but that was actually very challenging for them. The second thing that I've noticed, and this is also I think extremely exciting, is the students. Week one, they were kind of quiet and didn't really know what was going on. Week two, they had lots of students drop out because they didn't like the online experience. Week three, when they had the stable students, suddenly they started experimenting and poking at the features in the software. And now week four, it's quite exciting. They can type on the screen. I saw in one class, they changed the whole background. So now everybody is sitting in outer space, in the grass. San Francisco with the bridge in the background. And what I think is going to be incredible is that all of these people will become future shoppers, right? They will become future customers. And so if brands don't, get digital and don't tech up, they will not be able to connect with the future customers. They will not be able to deliver them the experiences that they've literally been growing up with. What do you think, Allison?
Oh, I think that's a great story. I mean, I was like, when it comes to education, everybody's having to learn how to do this really quickly. And so I've gotten a lot of emails, or texts like, okay, I see that you're doing things online, or how do I get this scanned in, or how do I get my fashion collection in this space? Do I want to use AR? Do I want to use VR? Do I just want to do like a really nice visual video that's really cool that people can also have as in web AR? Or, another thing that's really popular. You're asking me, I'm sorry, you're asking me a little bit about what's happening. Yeah, this is happening. right? And what's really interesting is like the multi-generational thing that's going on right now. So, usually it's always, oh, the young people are going to grow up and they're going to know how to do this. But at this point in time, it's more than that. There's, the challenge of, grandparents and parents and some of my friends who know how old I am, who are maybe not as tech savvy are suddenly going, okay, so I've got to run an online classroom and I've got to understand how these digital technologies work. And as they do that, they become much more comfortable, and that their expectations of that experience go up as well. So it's a really hard time. I really want to acknowledge that for everyone. I definitely don't want to say that we're not acknowledging that. I am homebound. There may be a toddler running in the room right now as I'm sitting here. I think he's outside right now, but with care. But he could run in at any moment, and so we're all kind of living in this crazy world. But I think the right attitude to have is just to hold steady, focus on the future of the things we want to happen, and invest the time and energy on creating a future that is more sustainable, better processes, better engagement, and make sure that people have jobs. Maybe they look a little bit differently than what they did before, but make sure that we're having jobs and work for people online. Anita, you could probably speak more to what happens post. We're literally just going into the crazy here in America. I know this is going to end up being, not just a few weeks, but months worth of changes for everyone. So during that time, for all of us is just to work together and try to keep our industry stable and flex and work on the things that are important. So yeah, I don't know what's coming after this. I think I have some ideas just because I did some futurist studies. There's often a big change. There's probably going to be a baby boom at some point in time, about 9 to 11 months from now. Boom. There's going to be divorces and baby booms. There's going to be people that makes big shifts in their lives. Okay. My estimation, just from my experience, I studied at Singularity University. If anybody knows what that is, that's about the impact of technology on humanity and trying to make humanity a better place. So it's the topic of discussion of my weekly life for the past 10 years. And usually after these things, there is a sense of panic. But those who can remain focused and calm and do the things we can do every day to be successful always will end up in a good place and give us the opportunity to also care for others. And, so things are going to change a little bit. And we need to be ready for that. I see what's happening now. Also, 3 weeks ago, a guy, and I don't want to name him out because this is terrible, but I got a little bit not chastised. I got some negative comments about saying 3D only fashion is coming, where I'm sitting here right now, but I could put a garment on in front of you. I'm in front of the screen right now. And that would be I could wear Louis Vuitton right now or a Chanel for $70 or $1,000 instead of paying the $8,000 for it, because it's just digital, so they could sell digital assets. And so there's been a lot of this discussion online right now. And I had a few people no, that's just not happening. This isn't going to happen. And I'm going, this is what these interfaces are, we have on Facebook and the interfaces that we have on Snapchat. I was this is where it's, this is a very sustainable way to design and create and still keep the fashion industry going. And right now we're all locked in our homes, and a lot of people aren't even wanting to buy things because of shipment, or they can't. Well, this is an interesting way. And the young people are more interested. Obviously, they want to be fun. They want to put on hats and make things and have twinkle eyes and all the things that we all like to do. But I think it pushed it a little faster than most people thought. So, there's nothing like a little bit of a global crisis to push us all out into the world to find out what we're passionate about. So I hope everybody joins us for the Digital Fashion Summit and, really sees what's going on here today, what brands have an opportunity, technologies they can work with now, today, not 3 months from now, not making buying decisions 3 months from now, today. Things that they can do to monetize, help their customers, help their employees, maybe adjust different types of technologies to improve the experience for everyone involved. Um, so, it's pretty, we were going to do this conference anyway. So it's like, boom, okay, I guess we're going to do it now. Like, we were going to do South by Southwest. Nope, we're going to do this now.
Well, I think
So,
it's so exciting to speak to what you were saying, as I'm, bicontinental. When this was all happening, of course, in December, January, February, basically all the fashion brands here in China were online. And they were like, what are we going to do? We can't produce anything. We can't make anything. We're going to miss a season, right? And so then all these boutique owners are like, we can't get anything. We have empty stores. Of course, now those stores are closed, but what's happening is that it's so cool in a way because it's becoming sustainable, because now those who have stock are the small brands, are the young designers. And so, they're buying up all of this stock. Well, then another thing is happening, which is that, all these live streaming influencers that sell online, they had nothing to show to sell. So I just see a couple of trends there, which is like, number one, we're going to have this woman named Monica Zutri. She's going to talk about, she's a Chinese brand. She's actually from Spain, and she lives in China since 10 years, and she's going to talk about new business models that are sustainable and how she's turned her whole brand and into a whole sustainable, digital, using digital, sustainable data, everything. And I hope that it'll be a good model to show brands how she's using data and, this whole amazing sustainable model that she has. And then we're also going to have a panel with Tao Pan from Mustari, also Chinese brand, and Matteo Bardi from Matori SRL, one of the leading trend agencies. And they're going to talk about, is live streaming going to save fashion? If nobody can go out, live streaming is it. And then that brings me back to the trend, again, in China, where, I don't know if you guys heard about it, there are these, people get online and they sell things, and they use these filters to totally change their faces and make them algorithmically look beautiful, right? And then they get millions of followers and they can sell, clothing, lipstick, everything. It's incredible model. Tao Pan is going to talk about that, but they actually are using filters, to change what they look like physically. And then why that's so funny is because some of them have gotten busted, because when the filter, doesn't work, suddenly they're in their pajamas with their hair all, totally messed up, and people saw who they really were, and they were like, the netizens got in an uproar and were really being pissed. So I think it's totally possible that people can do, digital fashion. I think that it is already happening over here, and sort of China and Asia are the future. Things get tested out here really rapidly. So I think we're definitely going to see digital fashion totally coming into play. And, whether you believe it or not, I can just testify to the fact that it's already happening. And so if it's happening here, it's sooner or later going to get over there. And I just am really looking forward to Orietta Piazzi's speech. She's going to be talking about how the current situation is shaping trends. She's again from Matori SRL in Italy. And really incredible that she's been doing lots of research on how the brands have been reacting, what technologies they're using, how they're changing their business models, etc., because of worldwide event happening right now. So by all means, I don't also want to convey a meaning that this isn't a very serious time and that there isn't tragedy. But I also really want to give a message of hope. I also really want to say that, yesterday in Beijing, we had only one case. And so it is really possible to come out the other side. But now the landscape here is totally different. 1.3 billion people just learned how to go online, interact online, shop online. I just deliver tons of stuff here. I already shopped online, but now it's even more. And the world is getting an upgrade of the system, so to speak. So I just think it's, at the same time, often tragedy and opportunity go hand in hand. I think that I would like to encourage you to start thinking about the future and making a plan, because don't be deceived. The next few months are going to be very difficult for many, many companies. And so it's really important. Technology, I've just watched all of China tech up and develop new features in their apps. So I encourage you, if you're a startup and you have a service, to really start thinking about new ways that people can interact and even new services that you can offer. And if you're a retailer, I would like to encourage you to think about digital fashion, to think about also buying from local designers, because your stores are going to be quite empty, and buying local is definitely going to be a great way to invigorate the economy and support young designers. So until the whole supply chain gets back on board. And then I also want to say that data is going to be so important. And being able to predict demand and how much you should produce of items in real time will be able to save you, thousands, tens of thousands of dollars in production. And so having incredible data analytics plugged in is going to really help you. Now the 3D comes in, as Allison said, is like when we get into shopping online. And also when we talk about gaming and VR, we're going to have some incredible speakers in that space to show that not only as a fashion brand are you selling clothing, but actually you have some further opportunities through gaming, VR, virtual avatars, to also sell digital clothing. And you should be thinking about that already, because this is only accelerating the need for VR headsets to get out into the audience, out into the world, out into the consumer's hands. And also when we talk about AR, I think that that's also going to be accelerated. You already think about how many people love to use Instagram filters. And there have been several brands to already use those type of Instagram filters to augment their clothing. And so creating new experiences that are mixed reality, that means physical, part digital, that's going to be the new norm. And if you don't know how to use that and how to create that kind of experience, that again is why our conference of digital fashion is here. And I just want to say in closing that I think even just joining to experience what a digital conference can be is exciting. And I think that sitting on your couch in your PJs while you're enjoying working at home, you can plug your laptop into your television screen and you can be with us at the conference. I think that is incredibly interesting, and we'll be live, so you can ask us questions. So that's a whole new, kind of interactive experience. So I just really want to, thank Allison and thank all of the speakers. I haven't even talked about all of them. I just named some of them for joining us online. Those people may never have this kind of time. You would have to fly all over the world to hear them speak. And we are bringing them to you directly at the Digital Fashion Online Conference. So please join us at Digital Fashion, one word, .360fashion.net. I'll put it up here on the screen for you. And I just really appreciate all the people who are making this possible. And I think you're going to have an incredible time. So we're adding speakers every day. It's going to be 2 full days. So you can sit down, watch with the kids, gather them around, listen to it while you're puttering around the house, getting all the things done that you never have time to do on March 28th and 29th. It's a weekend, and you'll be able to join with us and experience and learn. So one of the key things that I've done during this time is I have been learning so much. I've been learning and taking lots of educational courses, brushing up on my skills, etc. So this conference is really about that. It's really about bringing you the latest information and things that you can do today, so that when we pass through this period, you will be ready and hit the ground running. So my name is Anina. I'm the CEO and founder of 360 Fashion Network. I want to say thank you so much for joining us today on the live stream, and very much looking forward to see you at the conference. We'll be live streaming with more speakers from the online conference, so you can kind of get to know them a little bit in advance. So be sure to like our pages: Ozone, Switch Embassy, LuxLock, 360 Fashion, Anina Dress Up, 360 Fashion TV on YouTube, and wishing you a fantastic day and evening, actually. And thank you very much. Have a great day. Thank you.